All right. Yay.
Great. Well, welcome everybody. It is October 10th and the second Tuesday of the month that is now going to be called Transformational Tuesday. We started with Mindset Monday and then shifted it over because we just felt like we wanted to reach more people. And I just have culled and gone through over these past 10 months of finding guest speakers every month. Just trying to find the most inspirational people that I can find. And my dear friend, sideline buddy, Heidi Biggs has been on fire in recent months. And I just really felt like I just wanted to find out kind of what her mojo is and have her share with us. So I'm just really delighted and so honored, Heidi, to be on with you tonight. So Heidi and I really we feel like we've been a part of the Juice Plus family and community for so long. Neither one of us could remember how long we had been in the business, but we both think it's since about 2015. And is anybody else hearing that background?
Yeah, and everybody is muted, so I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's an echo from you, Heidi. Can you mute yourself for 1 second, Heidi?
Sure. I don't know why. I don't have anything else on.
Well, when you unmuted a second ago is when the extra sound started, so it's not happening.
Because I'm extra.
Yes. So let's see if we're okay now. Everybody's muted.
She's just going to jam the waves with her fabulousness. I think.
Is it gone or is it still there?
Still there, yeah. So maybe if you and I can just mute alternately. So, well, first I will introduce Heidi. So my name is Kirsten Evenson, and I'm a senior sales coordinator with Juice Plus since about 2015. It feels like forever. It just feels like you all have been my family forever. But Heidi has been a part of my journey in this community from the get-go. And when I met Heidi, I just knew she was a kindred spirit. But a little bit about her before she gets into kind of what her secret sauce is. She's a British hairstylist. She resides in California with her husband, Lloyd, and her cat, Zico. I've met both of them. They're awesome. She believes she has the best of both worlds, and she really does. As an experienced hairstylist of 35 plus years, Heidi is also a former bodybuilder and personal fitness trainer, and recently now a certified wellness practitioner and educator. Her happy place is when she's spreading the gift of health and helping our nation look good on the inside, not just on the outside. Heidi and her husband, Lloyd, fast-tracked to senior sales coordinator and love that fact because of their success. She's now able to work part-time in her hairstyling business. On the way to QNMD, Heidi has found personal development to be one of the most empowering things for her own growth as well as the growth of her business. And that's really the place that Heidi and I have connected in so many ways. But Heidi, I would love for you to just explain to our audience tonight a little bit about what you meant when you chose the title for tonight's talk. You really wanted to speak about the seasons. So can you just tell me what that means to you, the seasons in our lives and in our business? And I'm going to attempt to mute myself now, so hopefully we will not do this little echo thing. So here we go.
Okay, we good? Is there an echo gone? Okay, cool. Seasons, you could think of seasons as different ways, right? We've got the seasons with spring, summer, winter, fall. We also have seasons in our life where tragedy sets in, and when we have our winning and, things are just going along tickety-boo, and then, whoa, something happens with a friend or a family member, or even to yourself. Maybe you need surgery. And it's through those times that I've really found, especially in the last couple of years, where I found where it could be a particularly quote unquote weak moment for me, where doors are closed in my business. And I've really found, because of the mindset work that I've done, it's just been open for business as usual. So today I want to really specifically talk about those, those moments in our life those seasons in our life where we really feel like we're sucker punched, when we feel like the wind has been taken out of our sails and our legs have been taken out from underneath us.
Yeah. And Heidi, you and I have had several of those in the time that you and I have known each other. And I think that's why I was so inspired to have you share, because I know we have gone through deaths of parents, deaths of mentors, hard times in our personal lives, in our businesses, and you seem to just completely shine through it all. So you mentioned, of course, your personal development journey, and this is, I think, the thing that I admire the most about you is your mindset in the face of hard things. So can you share, because that was a part of your bio as well, just how important personal development has been. So can you share some of the things that have played the biggest roles in your journey in terms of personal development?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really am continuing to exercise. Like, our mind is just the most powerful tool, one of the most powerful tools we have in our whole body. And what I've really come to understand and know through the journey of personal development and personal change is that we really have the power to control our mind, but very often we let the power that we could have take over, and in another different way, when we could use it to our advantage, but we tend to not do that, and we let emotion and our feelings kind of get in the way sometimes. Versus, I mean, I guess it's like the controllables and the uncontrollables, right? It's really being able to see those for what they really are. But when it comes to mindset, I honestly wouldn't have gone through the last couple of years and navigated my business as I would without the mindset training that I do. And I've been doing this, you guys, since 2016. I've really been serious, and I daily practice mindset work with positive affirmations, meditation with my PQs. I attend seminars, I attend retreats. I have a mindset coach that I talk to weekly. And it doesn't matter if I'm in England or if I'm here, no matter where I am, that I think I've only missed in the last 2 or 3 years, I think I've only missed 1 or 2 sessions. And it's just really been a game changer for me. I mean, you know, we can either, and our mind tricks us as well. So it's really important to understand how our mind works, and the fact that sometimes we have these thoughts and these feelings, right, towards ourselves, towards other people, towards our business, whatever that might look like. But our mind also lies to us and plays tricks on us, and it gives us excuses to not do certain things. So I think by me, honestly, just really taking my brain seriously, just like my heart, just like my muscles, and really respecting what's between my eyes and my ears has really served me well, because I honestly would not have been able to get through those hard times if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, and I think, Heidi, the thing that really impresses me so much about you is that there's not a denial of the hard things ever. There's always your strong acknowledgement that things suck right now. At times, but you are able to somehow just jump the track. And I know the daily practice activities, many of them that you've been practicing, because you and I have been on this leadership journey together for so long. But one of the things that you've mentioned recently in our leadership group is kind of your daily routine of mental hygiene, essentially. Like we all have a daily routine of exercise, I think, that we're more used to talking about, but you've really acknowledged that there is a formula of daily activity that you do every day. And I think for those of us on this call that if there are new people in the business, if there are veterans in the business that want to breathe new life into their businesses, I have just really watched you with your consistency of these daily activities just take your life to a whole new level. So do you mind sharing kind of that formula to help maybe some of us lock in a daily rhythm?
Yeah, well, it does start with there's a great book out there that you guys, I think it was Kerry and Patty that turned me on to it, actually. I think it might have been Kerry, The Miracle Morning by I forget the guy's name, and maybe you can put it in the chat, Kerry. But it's the miracle morning for network marketers. And that really does touch on how important it is to get up a little earlier in the morning and to do your affirmations, to do your meditation, to do your exercise, and get your quiet time in the morning. So you are filled up with the right stuff before then you go out into the day and, do your life. And so it's important to exercise our brains every day, just like we do like I just said, our muscles. But in January, I got a sucker punch. I got, one of those wind out of my sails moments when I got the news at 2 a.m. that my father had passed away. And I knew he's been sick for years. Like, he's been the reason why I've really needed to keep my mindset right, because otherwise I would totally have crumbled, because he struggled and suffered for a really long time. And during my time, I was in England within 26 hours. And there may have been a little confusion, but it was like into action. I knew what I needed to do. But I was really intentional before this happened of what goals I had for my business, right? And yeah, I was taken away for a little bit, but I knew I still had these goals. And when it comes to, there's healthy distractions that we need, right? Sometimes. And it's not to say to stuff it down and just forget about what's happening. It's still important to feel through that. But what I found was having my Juice Plus business as a healthy distraction to take me away from the pain of what was going on. It wasn't just my father, but my brother I'm just going to say, he was an asshole that whole time. I'm sorry, but that's me being raw and real. Like that, he was awful. And I mean, I have many conversations with Nikki trying to, understand his way of thinking. And but my business was there, and I knew that wasn't going to go away. And during that time also, this is a long-winded answer to a short question, but during that time also, there was a March Madness game. Yeah, I was in England for a long time, you guys. I was there for almost 2 months. And there was a March Madness game, and we basically joined teams. We paid to join in. We had teams. We had goals every week. We did power hours and all of that kind of thing. But power hours to me without structure are just kind of like an excuse for me to turn off my video and then go do laundry. Like, seriously, I'm so easily distracted that if there's no structure, it just isn't going to work for me. And a friend turned me on to this specific structured power hour, and that was it. Like, I knew that this was the one thing that was going to work for me. It kept me focused. It kept me productive. And so the magic of 1 hour power hour is just a non-negotiable for me. And actually, on a day when I don't do my power hour intentionally, like I still do it in my stolen moments, but when I'm not doing my intentional hour of focus, my day is not the same. And it's just been a huge game changer in my business. And like the work I'm putting in, I'm really seeing the results coming out. And it doesn't always show up immediately, you guys. It will show up 30, 60, 90 days from now. So if you've got your doors open, you're open for business, imagine a brick and mortar, right? Place of business, you got your door open. If you close your door during hard times, what's going to happen? You're not going to have business, right? So when you keep that door open and you keep working, like that is going to reflect in 30, 60, 90 days. And if you close it, that will reflect too in 30, 60, 90 days. So it's a double, it's a two-way street. So I just got really excited. It was the first time I'd really, really been super excited about the activity. And that was what I latched onto more than the end goal, even though my end goal still is QNMD 6 Club. I attached and got excited about the activity. And it was the first time, honestly, in probably my whole time being with Juice Plus, that I was really, really excited about my business, and the results are making me even more excited.
Yeah. And Heidi, I want to just give context for the rest of this group that does not know how completely that power hour that you started, that power, what is it? Magic of 1 hour completely caught fire to the point where there were not enough spots left for people to join her Voxer chat. And that went throughout the entire Juice Plus community. But that I think is, you know, just one example of the activity that I've seen. I mean, literally out of the throes of the grief and loss of your dad and the difficulty with your family, that's what blossomed out of the crap, you know. It's like you were in the crap, and that was just compost for this completely new chapter that I'm watching you go through. And so what's cool for me is seeing how you've layered these years of personal development, you know, affirmations, positive intelligence quotient that you mentioned a little while ago. Lisa Bartlett, that's on this call, did an incredible training on PQs a few months back. If you have not watched that, you can go back in the archives. But what I've seen you do, Heidi, is just kind of layer all of these different, you know, these different personal development trainings that you've done. And it's just turned into this amazing momentum. And I have absolutely no doubt that you're going to make QNMD. Can you talk to us about, because when we talk about seasons, anybody who's been in this business longer than a year knows that sometimes you've got a lot of fire and a lot of energy you can put in, and sometimes you just have to pull back. But because you have put so much fuel onto this amazing fire in this past, it's really been like you said, since January. Can you just talk about what's that secret sauce about? I mean, you touched on it a little bit, but do you have anything more to say about that, to inspire us, some of us that might just be in, I don't know, in a little bit of a quiet season in our businesses?
I like how you said that, quiet season. That's cool. I like that. Well, honestly, it was really March that I got serious. And then when Travis Garza joined in July, holy moly, I got to be at Seattle Summit. And well, first of all, he was on our leadership calls. For those of you who don't know what that is, when you're a QSSC, you get invited to be part of this amazing leadership call once a month with our corporate office, which is really fun. It's for QSSCs up to PMD plus. And when Travis Garza came on board in July, and I got the pleasure of actually doing a skit with him, which was really fun, and getting to see the silly side of him, which was really awesome, I felt a whole new different energy again with my business. So I get really excited. I can't tell you, the power hour for me, it's just, I'm super excited every time I get on my computer and every time I do my power hour. But when Travis Garza put in place the 90 and 90 challenge, that's when I got really intentional about actually inviting people into our business. And then Nikki added on to that challenge, like it was just a challenge for challenge sake, right? You know, he came on board, he gave us this challenge, but Nikki took it that one step further. And I get a little competitive. And especially knowing that whatever effort I'm putting in, I'm going to see, right, at the end of the 90 days. And so I got to work, and I was being a lot more intentional about inviting people into my business versus, oh, have you heard of have you heard of plant powders in a capsule? You know, I got really intentional about the business. And I just really felt like when I heard Travis Garza also speak from the main stage, well, first of all, on the leadership call, and then at Seattle Summit, I just really felt like it was almost like he breathed life into our company. Like he really breathed this new energy into us all. And in the first month in July, I write down all my names of people that I invite on my planner. And then at the end of the month, I do my squares and I count them up on each day. And the first month I did 23 reach outs, intentional reach outs for the business, invitations. And then I knew that I needed to do better in August because I was disappointed with that number. I thought it was higher than that. And then it was like, okay. But instead of being disappointed and annoyed, I flipped the switch and use that as energy to then reach out to more people in August. And then in August, I reached out to 28 people. So I had 5 more conversations than I had in July. Again, I thought it was more than that. So again, I was a little bit disappointed, flipped the switch again. And we got the announcement in September of the $22 sign-up fee. And I really got to work. And when I wrote down the numbers and I looked, I'd actually reached out at the end of September, I'd reached out to 70, that's 70 people to invite them to the business. And while a lot of them said no, right, I've got really good about not being attached to the outcome. Because I know that these people, even though, a small percentage of them actually did, or from the 90 days said yes, it was still 6 new team members. And I was on the leadership board with Patty in the top 15 for, so it works, you guys. When you get your mind right and you put that, whatever you're learning in your mindset, and you actually put it into action into your business, it really does work. And it's not just, not just me, it's other people that have been doing the same thing. So yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty exciting. And yeah, I just have a whole new love for what we do.
Yeah. Well, Heidi, it's just, I'm hearing a theme in everything that you talk about is, one, you really take the opportunities that can take a lot of people out at the knees, death of family members, family drama, friend drama, disappointments in your business. Wow, I thought I had worked harder than that and I didn't, but you use that. I mean, I think that's what's so phenomenal for me to watch, is you just use that as fuel to go, well, and I've never seen any of these situations ever take you out. If you do, you're real quiet about it. So
I do have to share that again, I just want to really, really reiterate to everyone, I've not always been this way. This has really taken work for me to do this. Before, I didn't see good in people. I seek drama. I was a gossip. And, life happening would have taken me out. And so it's been a real work in progress, and I'm just really proud of myself for what I've done. But it has taken it's our brain is a muscle just like the rest of our body. That's all I can really say, is that we underuse our brains at times, and so it's really a case of, I guess, being respectful of what's between our eyes and our ears.
Well, I'm glad you're proud of you, because I'm proud of you. And really, I think another theme that I just keep hearing is, Heidi, you seize every opportunity. It's like every opportunity the company throws out, every challenge, you just say, well, yeah, game on, and hey, the 90 and 90 led up to then this $22, membership thing that allowed you, and I've heard you say it allowed you to circle back around and go, hey, I know you said no last month. And I also want to say something about your persistence. You have told, I don't know if you want to share that story. Are we supposed to end at 6:25 or 6:30? Do we have a couple more minutes to have Sherry?
6:30, even 6:30, a little bit beyond, but 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You got time.
Yeah, I think, Heidi, your moxie and kind of like the distillation of your personal work came in that story where you essentially just didn't listen to somebody, and you just had the stance and the posture to come back around and say, hey, I know you said no, but I mean, do you know which story I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's so powerful. Do you mind?
There was a couple.
Yeah, there were, but there was one in particular, but any of them will do. If you did it more than once, good for you.
Well,
Because
there were
most of us stop at one no. I mean, let's
Yeah,
just,
no,
most of us stop at one no.
So
Yeah.
I had a prospect say to me that, definitely wasn't for them. And I just basically just sent them a voice message and said, I hear you and I understand. And I know that you did say no. However, I would be really selfish if I didn't share this with you in case it did change your mind and make it the right time for you. And she said, yes.
I love that. I just love it. And I think you guys can tell Heidi always comes from love, and she comes from fun. I mean, her middle name is Funtastic. So I would say for anybody who's saying no to you, they're crazy, because who doesn't want to be around your energy, but really your energy is so attractive. And I think that's another thing that like attracts like, right? If we've got negative energy or doubts or whatever, that's what we attract. And I just think you shine in so many ways. So
Yeah, there's actually one thing I just want to share real quick, because it's fresh in my mind from a book I'm listening to on Audible, and that's The Untethered Soul. If you haven't, I mean, Chris and Nikki recommended it to me years ago, and I downloaded it on Audible and it just sat there. But I realize now I wouldn't have been ready to listen to that book at that time. That doesn't mean that somebody on here isn't ready, though. I just want to make that clear. But Michael Singer was talking about comfort zones and how we can choose to, like, I could have totally chosen to settle with what that lady said and ignore the aching in my belly that was telling me to reach back out because it's comfortable. But I literally did that it's become comfortable, and that's the thing, right? If you can stay in your comfort zone because it's nice and it's cozy, and you don't want to step on the fire, you don't want to step on that ice, but at the same time, when you do that over and over again, then you create a new comfort zone that makes it that much easier. And that's pretty much when you work on your mind, that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. And that really dovetails beautifully with Michael and Mariah's training last week, right? And Michael really using that metaphor of you have to stress a muscle in order to make it stronger. And you've just referred to that so many times tonight, is our brains are muscles. And if we become couch potatoes in our minds, we're going to have the same kind of mushy brain as we will mushy butt. Yeah, right. And I'm trying really, really hard to keep my language pristine tonight, because I don't always do that. But anyway, I wonder if anyone on here has any questions for Heidi before we wrap it up. We have a couple of really fun favorite quotes, but I would love to open the floor if anybody has comments or questions for Heidi.
And if you do, you can just unmute yourself and say, hey, I do, whoever that might be.
I guess we're good.
I guess you've satisfied everyone with your wisdom, Heidi. I feel totally full and completely inspired by you every day. And I just thank you for your friendship and just for the leadership you provide in this community, not just to me personally, but I know it goes so far beyond that. So a total honor. Would you like to read one of the last closing quotes, or would you like me to? You want to do it?
Yeah, Kirsten asked me if I have a favorite quote, and honestly, the two quotes that I remember are both Chris quotes. So the first quote is the definition of residual income, and that is the capacity to Nikki, I'm doing a you now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I've got it right here, Heidi, if you need me to read it for you.
The capacity. You have the capacity to be paid for the rest of your life on your next conversation. Usually that rolls off my tongue, so I don't know why I was finding it so hard right now. And then the second one, it's become our mantra for the Heat team. It's not really a quote. It really is our mantra, and that is just come from love and keep the love flowing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. No more words need to be said. And I am so excited for those of you that will be in Charlotte in a couple of very short weeks. We always just have an incredible time, and it's just always such a joy to get belly to belly after we've just been seeing people one-dimensionally for months. So I'm just really excited to dance and party with you.
Oh,
Maybe.
Heidi, what are you gonna do at the conference on Thursday?
Oh yeah,
night?
I would love to, if whoever's going to conference, give us a thumbs up if you're dressing up for the party, and give us a number 1 in the comments if you don't know the theme. Who's coming to conference? Oh, Lisa, so the theme is royal. Yeah. I gotta tell you guys,
How
just
fun is that?
off subject, but I did order this ridiculous Bridgerton outfit. And I just had these visions of being a Bridgerton queen with this big, tall, like big wig and the pearls, and it was gorgeous, you guys. It was bright red, and it came in here and then had this big big old skirt with the big, rings and petticoat underneath. And then just as I put it on, I needed to go to the bathroom, and then realized, this is not a good idea.
So is the party on Thursday, or like, so, and that's fun. So they're having a theme this time, and kind of like our Saturdays used to be, but now it's going to be, that's going to be fun. I'm going to get a tiara.
Yeah.
I know we have to find things that we can pack easily and pack small enough. So,
Or we can all be the same. If you want to know what I'm going to wear, I'm happy to share. I'm going to be Queen Cleopatra.
oh my goodness, how fun is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Mm.
Well, you want to put up for us, Kirsten, or you want me to say anything?
I think, I love the come from love, keep the love flowing.
We're good to go. We are good to go.
we are good to go.
To say good night, everybody. We're happy to see you. We have a great call next Tuesday on boundaries, how to create boundaries with your family and your life around your business, with Tammy Lamison. And Heidi is the one that asked Tammy to do it. So Heidi will actually be hosting the call for next Tuesday night.
Fantastic.
All right. Good
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Great job,
Have a good night.
Heidi.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Inspirational call, Kirsten,
Yeah.
Heidi. Very
Yeah.
good.
Very nice. Very good.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Good
Thank you,
night.
ladies.
Love my buddies.
See you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.